Hello, dear listener, and welcome back to this quiet space. I am so glad you found your way here tonight, as the world outside grows still and your bed wraps around you like a soft cocoon. Tonight, we are going on a gentle journey to the very edge of our solar system, where a hidden world may be drifting in the profound darkness, a secret just waiting to be imagined. So go ahead and settle in, adjust your pillow one last time, let your shoulders melt into the mattress. Take a slow, full breath and release everything from the day. In the moments ahead, I will share the whispered clues and quiet wonder of Planet 9, one soothing fact at a time. There is no need to stay awake. If sleep comes to find you, let it carry you away, and these words will be here waiting. If nights like this help you unwind, please subscribe, and I will be right here whenever you need a calm voice in the dark. Now, let us begin our gentle exploration. Deep in the quiet reaches of our solar system, far beyond the familiar blue of Neptune, astronomers believe a massive, hidden world may be gliding through the eternal dark. This theoretical planet, called Planet 9, is thought to be about 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth, a silent giant whose presence is felt not by sight, but by the delicate pull it exerts. Imagine it out there, a sphere of shadow and frost, its gravity reaching across billions of miles like a hand resting lightly on the fabric of space. It nudges the distant objects around it into a subtle, coordinated dance, a gravitational whisper that hints at something grand and unseen. It is a reminder that even in darkness, invisible forces are at play, shaping worlds with patience beyond our imagining. The evidence for this mysterious world lies in the peculiar floating paths of icy bodies known as Kuiper Belt objects. Researchers observed that several of these distant wanderers are all tilting in the same direction, as if they are being shepherded by something vast. Their orbits cluster in a way that chance alone cannot explain, pointing together like compass needles drawn to a hidden magnetic north. This celestial alignment is the soft signature of Planet 9, a gravitational guide that corrals these frozen travelers across the ages. It is as if the solar system has a secret choreography, a slow-motion ballet conducted by a planet we have never seen, its invisible hand gently shaping the architecture of the outer darkness. Planet 9 is thought to dwell in a vast, peaceful orbit that takes it far beyond the known boundaries of our neighborhood, into a realm where the sun is just another bright star. A single journey around its path might last between 10,000 and 20,000 Earth years, a year so long it stretches beyond human history. Picture this world drifting slowly through a timeless frozen void, untouched by the rapid spin of the inner planets, moving with a majestic slowness that feels almost like stillness. In that profound cold, ice is harder than rock, and the darkness is nearly absolute, broken only by the faint shimmer of distant galaxies. It is a place where time itself seems to sleep, wrapped in a silence deeper than any on Earth. This elusive world is likely a super-Earth or a mini-Neptune, a type of planet common around other stars but mysteriously absent from our own immediate family. Its existence would fill a quiet gap in our understanding of how the solar system formed billions of years ago, a missing piece that fell into the outer shadows. Think of it as a lost sibling, cast far away during the chaotic early days when worlds collided and migrated, now wandering alone in the cold. Finding it would be like discovering an old family photograph that changes how you see your entire lineage. It reminds us that our cosmic backyard still holds secrets, and that the sun's flock may have more members than we once believed, each with a story written in ice and starlight. The search for Planet 9 is a patient game of celestial hide-and-seek, requiring powerful telescopes to scan tiny patches of the velvet black sky. Because it is so far from the warm glow of the sun, this planet would reflect only a faint, ghostly light, appearing as a barely perceptible glimmer among countless points of static. Astronomers must compare images taken nights apart, watching for that one dot that has moved, a subtle traveler against the fixed canopy. It is a meditative hunt, a quiet vigil that demands stillness and attention, much like the way you search for rest in the quiet of your room. And perhaps one night, that faint drifting shimmer will be found, and we will know that our solar system has been keeping a gentle giant all along, waiting for us in the peaceful dark. Scientists imagine that Planet 9 might have been born much closer to the sun, nestled among the warm inner worlds where light was brilliant and the solar winds hummed with young energy. But as the solar system matured, the gentle gravity of the giant planets, like slow invisible hands, nudged this world outward through the ages. It drifted past the gas giants beyond the icy belt until it finally settled in the quiet outskirts of our celestial neighborhood. Now it floats there in the deep cold, a lonely wanderer wrapped in the silence of interstellar space. It orbits so far away that the sun's light takes days to reach it, a faint memory of the warmth it once knew. And all the while, it circles in the dark, a silent sentinel, on the very edge of our cosmic home. The mathematical models that pointed to this hidden world were developed through the careful work of astronomers Konstantin Batygin and Mike Brown at the California Institute of Technology. They studied the slow, rhythmic movements of distant debris, objects that dance in a pattern too synchronized to be random. These icy fragments, scattered across the outer system, reveal their secrets through their orbits, each path a clue in a grand cosmic puzzle. It is a kind of mathematical astronomy where equations become lenses, focusing on shadows cast by an unseen mass. Their work shows us how to map the resting place of a planet, by the way it gently tugs on the very fabric of space around it. Like following faint footprints in a vast desert, they traced the subtle signatures of gravity until a shape began to emerge from the darkness. If we were to stand upon Planet 9, we would find a world of eternal twilight, where the horizon never truly brightens beyond a deep, dusky indigo. The sun would appear only as a bright, distant star, a single point of piercing light in an otherwise near-black sky. The atmosphere around us would be a frozen, silent expanse, not turbulent but still, composed of hydrogen and helium settled into crystalline calm. It would be a landscape of quiet, where the only motion might be the slow drift of frozen clouds across a perpetual winter night. There would be no sound, no wind, just the profound silence of a world suspended in endless rest. Every feature of this distant realm speaks of permanence, a peaceful winter untouched by the chaos of closer orbits, holding its secrets in an icy embrace. The region where Planet 9 resides is known as the scattered disk, a soft collection of icy fragments and frozen remnants that drift far beyond the familiar planets. This is not a sharp boundary but a gentle diffusion, like the outermost ripples of a pond where the water becomes stillness. These small, drifting objects are like breadcrumbs, each one a frozen timepiece from the early solar system, preserved in the cold vacuum. They trace faint paths through the darkness, their orbits clustered in ways that act as arrows pointing outward. Astronomers study these subtle patterns, following the clues across billions of miles of empty space. Each piece of debris is a whisper from the past, and together they form a celestial map leading us toward the hidden giant, a patient guide through the quiet void. The quest for Planet 9 reminds us that our solar system is a place of endless wonder and quiet secrets, a sprawling sanctuary not yet fully mapped. Even in our modern age of powerful telescopes and robotic explorers, there are still vast, unexplored realms waiting to be discovered in the soft silence of the cosmos. This search speaks to the heart of human curiosity, a gentle pull toward the unknown that has always guided us to look up at the night sky. It is a reminder that not all frontiers are loud or close. Some are distant and serene, holding their truths in a peaceful darkness. As we continue to probe the outer edges, we find that the solar system is not a closed book, but a story still being written. And in that story, Planet 9 remains a quiet chapter, waiting for its moment to be read, a final lullaby from the edge of our celestial cradle. Astronomers now believe that Planet 9 may be what they call a super-Earth. Imagine a world 5 to 10 times more massive than our own planet. This hidden sphere drifts in an orbit so vast and so remote that sunlight barely brushes its surface. It is a place of profound darkness where the distant sun appears only as a particularly bright star. Because it reflects so little light, it remains invisible to our telescopes, a shadow gliding silently through the outer reaches of our solar system. We cannot see it directly, but we sense its presence through the faint ripples it sends across space. The evidence for this unseen world lies in the Kuiper Belt, a realm of icy bodies beyond Neptune. These ancient fragments of the solar system move in a peculiar clustered pattern, as if they are all leaning in the same direction. Their orbits are not random. They exhibit a graceful, synchronized movement that hints at a gentle but persistent gravitational influence. It is as if they are dancers in a cosmic ballet, swaying to a rhythm set by an invisible partner. This quiet nudge speaks of a massive companion far beyond them, a hidden choreographer guiding their paths through the deep cold. A single year on Planet 9 would span an expanse of time that is almost beyond human comprehension. One orbit around the Sun would take between 10,000 and 20,000 Earth years. Think of all of recorded human history, and then understand that this world would have barely moved in that time. This immense journey creates a peaceful, echoing distance between Planet 9 and the warmth of the inner solar system. It drifts through a solitude so complete that our entire civilization might rise and fall, while it completes just a fraction of its slow, patient voyage. Some theorists wonder if Planet 9 is not a native child of our Sun at all, but a captured rogue planet. Perhaps it was born around another star, a lonely wanderer set adrift in the galaxy. For countless millennia, it may have sailed through the velvet darkness of interstellar space, unattached to any solar system. And then, in a moment of celestial serendipity, it passed close enough to our Sun to be softly gathered into its gravitational embrace. Like a leaf caught in a gentle eddy, this wandering world was drawn into a vast new orbit, becoming a quiet, distant member of our solar family. The existence of Planet 9 was predicted in 2016 by scientists Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin of Caltech. They did not need to see it to know it was there. Using sophisticated mathematical models, they translated the chaotic movements of distant objects into a quiet, predictable dance. Their work is like mapping the invisible currents of an ocean by watching the drift of leaves upon its surface. What once seemed random and disordered became, under their analysis, a symphony of celestial mechanics. The outer solar system was no longer a jumble of icy debris, but a stage upon which a hidden world orchestrates a slow and graceful ballet. Imagine the deepest silence of a moonless night, where the sky is an endless ocean of velvet black. Astronomers are patiently scanning this immense darkness, hunting for something almost invisible. They are looking for a single tiny point of light, a world so far away that it barely whispers against the void. It is a bit like searching for one single grain of silver sand, lost across an entire darkened beach. Every faint glimmer must be examined with care, for it might be the hidden planet calling to us from the deepest well of night. The discovery of such a world would gently rewrite the story of our own cosmic home. It would reveal a hidden layer, a secret chamber in the grand architecture of our solar system. We would suddenly understand that our neighborhood stretches much farther than we imagined, into the quiet, frosty fringes of the void. Our familiar map of the planets would bloom outward, embracing a new realm of serene darkness. It is a humbling thought, to realize that our Sun's family might have a quiet, outer member we have only just begun to sense. This world dwells in a sanctuary of space, a serene expanse far beyond the soft blue glow of Neptune. Here, the Sun is not a blazing beacon but a faint, distant glimmer, no brighter than a single candle seen from across a great dark hall. Its light falls so gently upon the frozen reaches, casting only the softest, most dim illumination upon the ancient ice. It is a realm of permanent twilight, where the colors are hushed and the stillness is absolute. Everything here moves to a rhythm so slow, it feels like the universe itself is breathing in a deep, peaceful sleep. Its gravitational pull is not a harsh command, but a gentle, guiding hand, like a patient shepherd tending its flock. Smaller, icy fragments feel this distant tug, and they move in graceful response. These frozen wanderers trace out wide, sweeping ellipses through the profound stillness, a slow and silent dance orchestrated across eons. They float in a balanced harmony, a celestial ballet performed under the faintest starlight. It is a quiet order, a whisper of gravity that shapes the outer darkness with infinite patience. So imagine this world, if you can, and let it bring you a feeling of profound peace. It dwells in a realm of unending twilight, a silent sentinel keeping watch over the outer edges of our Sun's domain. It drifts through the cool, starlit depths with no rush or hurry, its journey measured in ages rather than years. Out there, in that velvet darkness, time itself seems to slow down, settling into a gentle, rhythmic pulse that mirrors the beat of a calm heart. To picture this distant guardian is to touch a quiet corner of creation, where everything simply is, at rest and at peace, still floating with me through these outer reaches. That is a lovely place to linger, but if your mind is still gently curious, there are more quiet wonders to share. A gentle like helps other night owls find this calm corner. In the quiet, frozen reaches of our outer solar system, far beyond the familiar dance of planets, a hidden giant may drift through the deep darkness. Astronomers believe this elusive world, often called Planet 9, is a super-Earth with a mass 5 to 10 times that of our own home. It moves in a patient slumber, its gentle gravity a soft, persistent tide that tugs at the icy wanderers nearby. Imagine a celestial presence so subtle, its whisper is felt only in the slow, synchronized sway of distant bodies. This is the unseen hand that shapes the quiet corners of our cosmic neighborhood. The existence of this mysterious neighbor is inferred from the strange, harmonious paths of Kuiper Belt objects. These icy remnants, far beyond Neptune, all trace elongated orbits tilted in a similar, peculiar way. They drift through the void like leaves on a still pond, guided by an invisible current from a massive, unseen world. It is a quiet hint, a secret told in the gentle arc of these frozen travelers. Their dance is a soft murmur, revealing the presence of a slumbering giant. If Planet 9 truly exists, its journey around the Sun is a slow, patient pilgrimage through the ages. A single orbit takes between 10,000 and 20,000 years to complete, a span of time that feels like eternity. While our Earth races swiftly through the light of its brief year, this faraway friend glides in a dream, unhurried and serene. In the freezing void, it floats like a memory of a deeper, slower time. It is a reminder that some things move at their own quiet pace, beyond our hurried rhythms. To search for this hidden wanderer, researchers turn wide-field telescopes toward the velvet blackness of night. They scan the sky for a tiny moving speck, a glimmer so faint it barely whispers against the stars. Because it is so unimaginably far, Planet 9 reflects very little sunlight, making it as elusive as a moonbeam on a cloudy evening. Each sweep of the telescope is a patient hope, a silent prayer to catch that distant shimmer, and in that stillness, the hunt itself becomes a meditation on the vastness of space. Some dreamers suggest that Planet 9 was once a gas giant, born closer to the Sun's warm embrace. In a peaceful cosmic ballet, it may have wandered near Neptune, whose gentle gravity nudged it outward with a soft, steady hand. Slowly, softly, it floated away into the quiet reaches, finding a new home in the stillness of the outer dark. Now it rests there, a silent guardian holding secrets from a time when the planets were young. Its slumber is a story of gentle exile, a peaceful journey into the quiet unknown. The search for Planet 9 begins with a gentle study of the outer darkness, where a group of icy wanderers drift in silent, distant orbits. These extreme trans-Neptunian objects travel so far beyond the planets we know, far past the reaches of Neptune. Their paths are not scattered randomly. They cluster together in a strange and graceful pattern, like a celestial map drawn in subtle light, pointing softly toward a hidden presence. This quiet dance of orbits whispers of a massive world waiting unseen, its gravity gently shaping their cold journeys through the void. Scientists believe this hidden giant lies about 20 times farther from the Sun than Neptune. To picture such a distance, imagine our warm, glowing Sun shrinking to a tiny point of shimmering light. From that dark, remote orbit, the Sun would not be a blazing disk, but only a bright star in an endless twilight sky. Its dim, silvery glow would just barely touch the frozen surface below, casting long, lazy shadows over ice plains that stretch toward a quiet horizon. It would be a world where the Sun is more a memory of warmth than a present source of heat and comfort. Finding Planet 9 would gently reshape everything we think we know about our solar system's grand design. For so long, we viewed those outer edges as an empty, lonely wasteland, a place of silence and nothing more. But such a discovery would transform that darkness into a sophisticated neighborhood full of hidden wonders, a realm of subtle complexity and quiet mystery. This distant giant would stitch a fresh chapter into the story of our cosmic home, showing that even the farthest rim holds secrets that can change our view of the whole. On the surface of such a faraway world, the stillness would be deeper than anything our minds can hold. It would be a place of eternal twilight, where the sun is only a faint gleam in a vast dark sky. Without any nearby star to share its warmth, the atmosphere would likely settle as a thin, hazy shroud, a freezing veil of gases drifting in slow motion over the icy land. Imagine the quiet, no wind stirring, no sound at all, just a gentle mist gliding above a frozen, silent terrain, a landscape where time itself seems to sleep in the cold. This quiet pursuit is a beautiful testament to human curiosity, as we gaze into the soft shadows of the cosmos, tracing the faintest hints of something more. It reminds us that even in this modern age of deep telescopes and detailed star maps, the universe still keeps secret worlds tucked away in the calm dark. There, beyond the edge of familiar light, a planet might be waiting patiently for our wondering minds to find it. And so we keep searching, drawn by an ancient, peaceful dream of what lies quietly beyond the known. Imagine a world, a gentle giant, softly floating through the farthest reaches of our solar system. Astronomers believe this hidden planet might be a super-Earth, with a mass 5 to 10 times greater than our own familiar home. It drifts in the cold, silent dark, so far from the sun that its warming glow never touches it. This elusive sphere spends its days wrapped in a perpetual twilight, a soft shadow among the stars. Its presence is like a whispered secret, a faint echo in the vastness of space that we have yet to fully hear. Think of it as a quiet wanderer, moving through the icy stillness, untouched by the warmth that bathes our world. The evidence for this hidden world comes from the distant icy bodies of the Kuiper Belt. These small frozen wanderers all lean in the same gentle direction, as if guided by an invisible hand. It is like a cosmic dance, where every dancer moves to the same quiet music, pulled by the soft gravity of a much larger neighbor. Their synchronized paths whisper secrets of a world we cannot see. These tiny ice worlds, scattered in the distant dark, trace out a pattern that speaks of a hidden influence. Their aligned paths are like gentle sighs, revealing the quiet presence of something far larger. It is a cosmic ballet, performed in slow motion at the edge of our sight. Each frozen traveler is a clue, a soft note in the symphony of the unseen. If this world truly exists, it floats along a vast and lonely pathway. One full circle around the sun takes 10 to 20,000 years, a journey measured in the slow breath of cosmic ages. It spends eons wandering through the deepest shadows, a patient traveler in the outermost darkness. This is a voyage of solitude, where time itself seems to slow to a gentle crawl. Imagine the solitude of this journey, a single orbit lasting 10,000 years or more. It is a circle drawn in slow motion, a path through emptiness where the sun is just a distant spark. This world knows nothing of haste, its seasons measured in the unfolding of thousands of years. It is a timeless existence floating through the blackness like a dream that never ends. Some dreamers propose that Planet 9 might be a captured wanderer, a rogue planet that once traveled alone between the stars. Long ago, it drifted into our sun's gentle realm and was softly welcomed, finding a quiet place to rest. Now it orbits in a peaceful solitude, a lost traveler that finally found a home in the cold, dark edges of our solar system. This captured world would carry memories of a previous life, a story of wandering across the interstellar voids. Now, it rests in a serene orbit, a silent guest in our sun's gentle household. The cold does not trouble it, for it has found a peaceful eternity. It is like a fairy tale of the cosmos, where a lost soul finds a forever home. The search for this hidden world is a patient game of celestial hide-and-seek. Researchers like Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin listen to the soft whispers of mathematics, tracing hidden patterns in the dance of distant worlds. They predict where this gentle giant might be hiding, long before any telescope can glimpse its faint light. It is a quiet pursuit, a meditation on the unseen forces that shape our cosmic backyard. This search is not a frantic chase, but a slow and mindful study of the heavens. The researchers pore over subtle clues, using the language of mathematics to map the invisible. It is a meditation on what lies just beyond our knowing, a quiet quest for the hidden. And so they wait, in patience, for the moment when a glimpse of light confirms the whispers of their equations. Imagine a world so remote, so far beyond our familiar sun, that it exists in a state of perpetual twilight. On Planet 9, the sun would appear not as we know it, but as a particularly bright and distant star, casting a gentle, silvery glow across the endless night. The landscapes there would be draped in a peaceful, unending velvet darkness, where shadows are soft and the horizon is bathed in a serene, dusky light. This quiet realm knows no true day, only a deep, calming stillness that whispers through the void. This mysterious world lies within the deep freeze of space, a place where temperatures remain consistently low and profoundly still. The surface might be a tapestry of frozen gases and shimmering ices, perhaps methane or nitrogen, gleaming softly as they catch the faint light from far-off galaxies. Imagine these icy plains reflecting the delicate radiance of a billion distant suns, creating a landscape that sparkles with a quiet, otherworldly beauty. It is a cold, crystalline haven untouched by the warmth of our own star, sleeping under a blanket of cosmic frost. To find this hidden planet, astronomers turn their eyes to the quiet reaches of the sky with wide-field telescopes. They scan the vast darkness, searching for a tiny, slow-moving speck of light among the stationary stars. This faint glimmer drifts with its own patient rhythm, a lone wanderer in the immensity of space. It moves so slowly that it requires months or even years of observation to notice its subtle journey. This is a hunt for a whisper of light, a delicate dance of discovery against the backdrop of eternity. The gravitational influence of Planet 9 is like that of a gentle shepherd, guiding smaller frozen debris into organized rhythmic patterns. These icy worlds, scattered through the outer solar system, follow paths that create a silent harmony, a celestial music played out in slow, methodical orbits. It is an unseen choreography, a cosmic lullaby that binds these distant bodies in a soothing, synchronous dance. This unseen force orchestrates a peaceful order in the furthest reaches of our cosmic home, where time seems to stand still, and every movement is a part of a grand, tranquil design. The harmony is so perfect, it feels like a soft breath across the solar system, a serene rhythm that lulls the mind into quiet contemplation. The discovery of Planet 9 would rewrite our understanding of the solar system's architecture, adding one more peaceful chapter to our celestial map. It reminds us that the universe is full of quiet secrets, waiting patiently to be found. In the vast silence between the stars, there are still mysteries that slumber, untouched by human thought. We are each a part of this great cosmic story, and with every secret unveiled, we find new reason for awe and reflection. The search for Planet 9 is not just a quest for knowledge, but a gentle invitation to wonder at the peace that lies beyond our own small world. This hidden world, if it exists, is a testament to the gentle and enduring wonder of the cosmos, inviting us to dream a little deeper. Far beyond the blue hue of Neptune, in a realm where the sun is just another bright star, there may wander a world of immense size. This theoretical Planet 9 is believed to be a giant, perhaps 5 to 10 times the mass of our Earth. We have never glimpsed its faint glimmer, but we sense its presence. We feel it through the gentle, rhythmic pull it exerts on the icy bodies of the Kuiper Belt. Those frozen fragments, like sleepy travelers, follow tilted paths that whisper of an unseen guide. Its gravity is a soft, distant song, sculpting their slow orbits over eons. And so, in the stillness, we begin to map this phantom world, not by light, but by the ancient motion of ice. Astronomers, peering through their telescopes, noticed a quiet secret hidden in the data. Many of the most distant icy objects in our solar system share a surprising trait. Their orbits all lean in the same direction, as if they are following a silent, magnetic pull from something far away. This alignment is too perfect to be chance. It whispers of a massive, unseen world, a giant planet orbiting far beyond Pluto, whose gravity has gently shaped their paths over the ages. Its steady pull has woven a pattern of order across the vast emptiness. Like a shepherd watching over a flock of icy sheep, this distant world keeps them moving in quiet, tilted harmony. This hidden world resides in a slow, lonely orbit, taking between 10 and 20,000 Earth years to complete a single journey around our Sun. Out there, time moves at a different rhythm. The Sun would appear as nothing more than a brilliant point of light, a distant star in a velvet black sky. The cold is deep and absolute, untouched by the warmth we know. Day and night are the same soft, star-filled darkness. In that profound quiet, the planet is a ghost, barely connected to the faint whisper of sunlight. And the planet drifts on, through the stillness, in a voyage so long that entire civilizations could rise and fall before it completes a single year. Some scientific theories imagine this distant world as a super-Earth or a mini Neptune. Picture a rocky core, solid and ancient, wrapped in a thick, swirling blanket of gas. A world of deep cold and crushing pressure, with perhaps a hazy atmosphere that catches the faint starlight. It is a planet type that seems to exist elsewhere among the stars, but is strangely absent from our own immediate family. This hidden giant could be the missing piece in the puzzle of how planetary systems form and evolve in the deep cold. In its slow, quiet way, it teaches us about countless worlds born in distant nebulas, now lost in the night. It holds secrets of our own origins, floating silently in the dark. There is a peaceful thought that Planet 9 might not have been born with our Sun. Imagine a world wandering through cold interstellar space for eons, until it felt the faint tug of our Sun. It could be a captured wanderer, a rogue planet that once drifted alone through the interstellar dark. Long ago, in the gentle dance of stars, our Sun softly drew this orphan into its embrace. So this distant world might be a cosmic visitor, a traveler from a far-off star system, now quietly drifting through our celestial neighborhood. It carries the memory of another sun, and perhaps a story from a far-off galaxy. A lonely pilgrim in the outer silence. Searching for this planet is like looking for a single grain of sand on a wide, dark beach. It reflects so little light from our distant sun that it remains almost invisible against the infinite black. Researchers use wide-field telescopes, slowly scanning the soft gradients of the night sky. They are hoping, very patiently, to catch a faint and slow-moving glimmer, a tiny wandering speck of light that would betray the presence of an unseen world. The Kuiper Belt, where the evidence for Planet 9 resides, is a serene ring of icy bodies and dwarf planets. It extends far beyond the familiar orbits of Neptune and Pluto into a realm of deep, quiet cold. This is a tranquil reservoir of primordial material left over from the gentle dawn of our solar system. Billions of tiny, frozen worlds drift there in perfect silence, untouched for eons, holding the memories of creation. Michael Brown and Konstantin Batygin, the researchers who proposed the planet's existence, used complex mathematical simulations. They mapped the unseen gravitational ripples that dance through the outer darkness. Their work transforms invisible numbers into a vivid, almost dreamlike picture. A hidden, frozen world emerges from the pure logic of their equations. It is a place sculpted by forces far beyond our everyday understanding, a ghost traced in the movements of distant ice. The atmosphere of such a distant world would be incredibly cold. It would likely consist of frozen gases that settle like a soft, shimmering frost over its entire surface. Temperatures there would remain in a state of permanent, peaceful winter, no wind, no seasons, only an endless crystalline stillness beneath a faint and distant sun. A whole planet wrapped in a gentle, frozen slumber. As we continue to peer into the deep dark, the search for Planet 9 reminds us that our solar system is still a place of mystery and wonder. It invites us to imagine a vast, silent frontier where undiscovered worlds are still waiting to be found. There might be entire landscapes out there, dreaming in the cold, just beyond the edge of our vision. And perhaps one night, a quiet observatory will catch that tiny, telltale glimmer, and a new name will be added to our celestial family, a new lullaby for the cosmos. Still floating out here with me, in the quiet of the outer solar system. That's lovely. You can let your thoughts drift now, like a comet shedding its ice. I'll keep whispering these small star stories, you just rest. Deep in the silent outer reaches of our solar system, there may be a massive world, drifting unseen. The Planet 9 hypothesis suggests a planet about 10 times the mass of Earth, floating in the distant dark where the sun is merely a bright star. This hidden giant would exert a gentle gravitational pull, a quiet influence that guides the orbits of smaller icy objects. Like a distant lighthouse keeper, it directs their paths without ever appearing itself. These frozen bodies move in a synchronized way, hinting at a steady, unseen hand. The darkness out there is almost absolute, the cold profound. Yet this world, if it exists, waits in that stillness, a silent sentinel at the edge of our known home. Imagine a ballet of frozen worlds slowly spinning in the outer dark. This is what astronomers like Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin witnessed when they studied the most distant Kuiper Belt objects. They saw a strange, synchronized dance, the orbits tilting and clustering together as if following an unseen rhythm. This alignment suggests that something massive, far beyond Neptune, is quietly guiding them. The evidence is not a shout, but a soft whisper in the data. These icy wanderers, caught in the slowest of dances, seem to be steered by a planet shrouded in mystery, a gentle hand in the darkness. It is a mystery written in the slow orbits of ancient ice, a planet that remains hidden, yet its influence is felt across the vastness. Picture a world that takes 20,000 years to complete one lazy loop around the Sun. If Planet 9 exists, its orbit is a vast ellipse, carrying it through the quiet void. One full journey takes between 10,000 and 20,000 Earth years, a peaceful transit through the outer dark. For most of that time, it would drift in the deepest, coldest shadows, where the sun's light is a soft, distant memory. The stillness out there is profound, the silence unbroken. A single year on that world sees the slow turning of ages on Earth, a cosmic rhythm measured in whispers. It would move so slowly that its motion is almost imperceptible, a quiet giant dreaming in the dark. The search for this hidden world is a delicate task. Imagine looking for a single dim candle in a vast dark forest at night. That is what it is like to hunt for Planet 9. The planet would be incredibly faint, far too dim for most telescopes to detect directly. At that immense distance, the sunlight that reaches its surface is a soft, ghostly glimmer, barely illuminating the frozen landscape. It is a whisper of light, a glow so faint that it almost merges with the darkness. The planet remains hidden, a phantom among the stars. Astronomers must search with patience, watching for the slightest shift in the distant ice, trusting in the subtle clues the universe provides. Some dreamers of the cosmos suggest that Planet 9 might not have been born here at all. It could be a rogue planet, a lonely wanderer that drifted through the void after being ejected from its own solar system. Long ago, it might have traveled across the galaxy before being gently captured by our sun's warm embrace. This would make it a cosmic traveler, carrying secrets from a distant part of the galaxy. It would be a visitor from another star, now resting in the quiet darkness of our outer solar system, its ancient story written in ice. Such a world would be a message in a bottle from a forgotten shore, holding the memory of another sun. It is a thought that stirs the imagination, a quiet possibility in the night. To find a world we cannot see, researchers turn to the quiet language of mathematics. They build complex, silent simulations that trace the gravitational ripples left by something vast and unseen. By watching how smaller icy bodies drift and sway in the outer darkness, they can feel the gentle pull of a hidden presence. Step by step, they narrow down a small patch of sky, a quiet corner where the giant is likely resting, undisturbed. Far beyond the familiar orbits of our planets lies a region of frozen wanderers. These extreme trans-Neptunian objects move in long, looping paths, like memories of the solar system's earliest days. They are silent markers, ancient and patient, pointing the way toward an unseen mass. Their strange, clustered orbits whisper a story of something large shaping their journeys, a hidden hand guiding them through the void. Scientists believe this distant world could be a super-Earth or a mini-Neptune. These types of planets are common in other star systems, yet strangely absent from our own. Finding one here, in our own celestial backyard, would fill a missing piece of the great cosmic puzzle. It would reveal a new category of world, a quiet revelation drifting just beyond our sight. Imagine the surface of such a world. The temperature would be a deep, tranquil chill, beyond anything we can feel. Gases would condense into soft, frozen mists that hang motionless in the air. It would be a realm of eternal twilight, where the sun is just another bright star. There the stars shine clearly through a thin, frozen atmosphere, unblinking in the silent dark. Now, new telescopes like the Vera C. Rubin Observatory begin their quiet vigil. Night after night, they sweep the sky with a patient gaze, slowly unraveling the darkness. With each image, we move closer to confirming this hidden world. The possibility of a ninth giant drifting in the silence is a gentle reminder that the universe still holds many peaceful mysteries, waiting to be discovered when we are still enough to listen. Far beyond the familiar planets, in the deep quiet of our solar system, astronomers are dreaming of a hidden world. They call it Planet 9, and they imagine it as a super-Earth, a massive drifting sphere weighing 5 to 10 times more than our own home. Picture a core of ancient rock, cloaked in thick frozen layers of ice and gas, floating in the silent darkness at the edge of everything we know. This world would be a cold, sleeping giant, unseen, untouched by the warmth of the inner sun. It simply drifts, waiting to be found. The evidence for this mystery comes from the distant icy fragments of the Kuiper Belt, so far away they seem like scattered jewels in the black. These small worlds move in strange, synchronized paths, all leaning gently in the same direction. It is as if an invisible hand, soft and enormous, is guiding them with a patient pull. The only explanation, some say, is a massive unseen planet, its gravity shaping their slow dance like a quiet shepherd tending a flock across the deep. If this world is real, its orbit is a vast, dreamlike ellipse, stretching so far that one single journey around the sun takes 10,000 to 20,000 years. Imagine a year that spans entire ice ages and civilizations rising and falling. It spends most of that time in the outermost darkness, moving so slowly you could watch for 1,000 lifetimes and barely see it shift. This peaceful voyage is a quiet meditation, a gentle arc through the coldest, most silent reaches of space. At such a distance, roughly 20 times farther from the sun than Neptune, the world would dwell in a realm of eternal twilight. The sun would not look like a blazing orb, but like a single bright star, shimmering softly against an endless velvet sky. Its light would be a faint, silvery glow, barely brushing the frozen surface with a dim, silken sheen. Day and night would lose their meaning there, replaced by a perpetual, dusky calm. Some astronomers wonder if Planet 9 is not a child of our own sun, but a lonely wanderer, a rogue planet captured long ago. It may have drifted from a distant star system, floating through the deep velvet void between the stars, unbounded and alone. After traveling the interstellar sea for eons, it felt the gentle tug of our sun and settled into a quiet home in our neighborhood, a solitary traveler finally at rest among the distant icy bodies it now guides. Searching for this distant world is like trying to find a single needle in a vast cosmic haystack. The planet is far too dim to be seen with our ordinary telescopes, hiding in the deep, gentle shadows of space. So researchers turn to complex mathematical models, quietly tracing the subtle curving paths of other celestial bodies to predict where it might be adrift. They watch the silent dance of these distant objects, feeling the invisible pull of gravity that whispers of something hidden beyond the darkness. It is a patient search, a slow unraveling of secrets in the quiet night. In 2016, the idea was brought softly into the light by two researchers from Caltech, Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin. They used computer simulations to map the hidden gravity weaving through the outer darkness like a silent, guiding thread. Their work transformed the search into a quiet global mystery, inviting us to lie back and wonder what secrets are adrift in that deep, cold silence. It is as if they heard a faint echo from the edge of our solar system, and now we all listen, dreaming of what might be out there in the quiet. The mystery wraps around us like a warm blanket on a starry night. Planet 9, if it exists, is likely a sub-Neptune, a type of planet we glimpse in many distant solar systems but strangely missing from our own. Finding it would be like discovering a long-lost puzzle piece, gently clicking into place to explain how our solar system evolved into the peaceful arrangement we see today. It would complete a story that has been unfolding for billions of years, a quiet narrative written in the orbits of the planets. Imagine that hidden world, a silent giant in the darkness, cradling the secrets of our cosmic origins. A missing note in a celestial lullaby, finally heard after ages. The region where Planet 9 is thought to reside is known as the Kuiper Belt, a vast ring-shaped halo of icy remnants from the very dawn of time. These small frozen crystals drift in a quiet, eternal dance, mirroring the slow rotation of the galaxy itself. It is a place of deep stillness, where time moves like a gentle current through the darkness. Each piece of ice carries memories of the solar system's birth, floating in a silent ballet that has lasted for ages. In that cold, distant halo, the past remains perfectly preserved, a frozen garden at the edge of forever, waiting to be understood. The search for this distant world gently reminds us that the universe is full of hidden wonders and quiet mysteries waiting to be discovered. As we gaze into the soft darkness of the night sky, we are reminded that there is always more to explore in the silent reaches of the cosmos. It is a comforting thought, a lullaby for the curious soul, whispering that the adventure never truly ends. So let your mind drift among the stars, knowing that the darkness holds endless gentle surprises. The night sky is a vast velvet canvas, painted with the faint brushstrokes of undiscovered worlds. Now, as you drift closer to sleep, let us whisper of a distant mystery, a hidden world, quiet and vast, waiting in the dark. Imagine a giant, drifting world, 10 times the mass of Earth, hiding in the soft, velvety shadows of the outermost solar system. This hypothetical Planet 9 is thought to be a super-Earth, a massive, rocky planet common in other star systems but strangely, hauntingly absent from our own cosmic neighborhood. Feel the deep, dark quiet of its unseen realm, a sanctuary of silence spinning slowly in the cold, undisturbed starlight. It is a world that exists in whispers, a hidden giant waiting in the stillness, a dream wrapped in the outermost dark. Let your mind float there, in that vast, quiet space. The evidence for this hidden world rests in the gentle, graceful dance of distant Kuiper Belt objects, icy bodies that shimmer on the edge of sight. Astronomers noticed that these frozen worlds all tilt and drift in the same direction, a soft, synchronized curve that speaks of a massive, unseen companion. Imagine these celestial dancers, guided by an invisible hand, their paths a silent testament to a giant's gravitational pull, a cosmic ballet choreographed in the deep, dark cold. It is a quiet, orderly motion, a whisper of gravity shaping the outermost dark. Feel the serenity of that unseen order. This mysterious planet is believed to float in an incredibly elongated orbit, taking between 10,000 and 20,000 Earth years to complete a single, slow journey around the Sun. Such a vast stretching path means it spends most of its time in the deep, peaceful cold of interstellar space, a realm of eternal winter where time itself feels frozen. Feel the profound stillness of that journey, a silent arc through darkness so complete it hums with tranquility, a sleepwalker's orbit through the eons. The sun is a distant memory, a faint flicker in the long night. Rest in that slow, dreaming motion. If discovered, Planet 9 would be located so far away that the sun would appear as nothing more than a very bright, distant star in its dim, dusky sky. It exists in a realm of eternal twilight, far beyond the familiar golden warmth of the inner planets, where the cold is a gentle, constant companion. Imagine the deep, soft blue of that sky, where the sun is just a piercing point of light, and stars are crisp, unwavering jewels. There, the silence is a blanket, thick and comforting, and the dark is deep and velvety. Let that image soothe you, a world at the edge of forever. In 2016, Caltech professors Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin first detailed the mathematical whispers of this planet, a subtle song of gravity echoing through the data of distant orbits. Their research suggests that the planet's gravity acts like a gentle shepherd, organizing the orbits of smaller, frozen worlds into a synchronized pattern, a quiet, orderly dance in the dark. It is a soft, guiding force, weaving harmony from the cold and darkness, a lullaby written in the movement of celestial bodies, slow and serene. Listen to the quiet music of that distant, organizing hand, a rhythm of peace. Let that gentle rhythm carry you deeper into a peaceful rest. And as these distant worlds dance in the cold, feel your own mind slowing, softening, sinking into the deep, velvet quiet of night. Sleep now, in the warmth of these cosmic whispers. Imagine a world born not here but in the distant light of a faraway star, a rogue planet adrift in the cosmic sea. It wandered alone through the deep cold for eons, a silent traveler in the vast darkness. Then, softly, gently, our sun's gravity reached out and drew it in, like a whispered secret carried on the solar wind. Now it rests at the edge of our vision, a captured piece of the galaxy's heart, cradled by the quiet pull of our own star. Feel the stillness of that ancient journey, the soft echo of its arrival still resonating in the dark. Astronomers search for this hidden world by scanning the velvet darkness of the sky, their telescopes like patient eyes in the night. They seek a tiny faint glimmer of reflected light, a soft whisper of illumination that barely touches the lens. From so far away, the light it reflects is delicate, nearly invisible, a gentle shimmer lost in the vast ocean of black. It is a quiet quest, a tender look into the deep where only the most sensitive instruments can feel that faint spark. Pause and imagine that light, so soft it could be a dream, a breath of starlight from a world unseen. The place where this world hides is called the Kuiper Belt, a vast, shimmering ring of icy debris and dormant comets. It encircles our solar system like a quiet halo, a peaceful graveyard preserving the ancient secrets of our cosmic birth. The debris here is frozen and still, catching dim sunlight in a soft, sparkling dance. It is a region of deep silence, where the remnants of creation float weightless and patient. Imagine the cold, the quiet shimmer, the soft dust settling through the eons like a gentle snowfall in the dark. This outer realm holds the memories of our origin, locked in ice and rock, a calm library of the forgotten. Breathe in the stillness of that distant place, the soft rhythm of comets drifting ever outward. The gravitational pull of this unseen world is so subtle, it is felt as a slow, rhythmic tug over millions of years. It is a delicate dance, a soft pressure moving through the solar system like a heartbeat beneath the silence. Scientists feel this gentle pattern in the paths of distant objects, a quiet clue that leads them closer to the truth. Without ever seeing it directly, they trace its shadow in the void, a weightless guide through the cosmic dark. Feel that subtle pull, the soft gravity whispering secrets from the edge of our known universe. It is a timeless rhythm, a deep and patient force that shapes the outer reaches with a gentle hand. Close your eyes and sense that soft influence, the quiet tug of a world that waits in the dark. Close your mind's eye and visualize this world, a sphere of deep blues and muted grays wrapped in a thick, freezing atmosphere. It floats in a silent, weightless void, patient and still, waiting to be found amidst the outer rim's shimmering dust. The cold is deep, the colors soft, like a watercolor painting of a forgotten dream. There is no sound, only the soft exhale of the cosmos as it drifts. Feel the quiet beauty of that distant world, the soft light reflecting off its icy mantle, a gentle secret held in the vastness of space. It is a peaceful sentinel, watching over the darkness, cradled by the silence of the void. Imagine yourself there, floating soft in the cold, feeling the warmth of discovery just beyond reach. Imagine a hidden world so vast, so quiet. It has never been seen by human eyes. Far beyond the planets we know, at the very edge of our solar system, a ghost may be drifting. It is perhaps 10 times the mass of Earth, a silent giant whose presence we feel only as a soft gravitational breath, a gentle tug on the icy bodies that wander out there in the deep cold. This lost wanderer follows an orbit so slow it is almost a dream. One path around the sun could take 10,000 years, maybe 20. That is a single year for this world, a long, quiet dance through velvet darkness. Tucked away on the outer rim, it moves through a realm where sunlight is little more than a distant memory, a faint chill against your skin. We search for it by watching the frozen fragments, those extreme trans-Neptunian objects. They should drift in chaos, yet they do not. They all point in the same direction, their orbits tilted at the same angle, as if an unseen hand is softly guiding them. It is a synchronized, peaceful procession, a celestial lullaby that whispers of something vast and unseen. The math first appeared in 2016, brought to light by two astronomers, Konstantin Batygin and Michael Brown. They ran complex simulations on glowing screens, and what they found was startling. The odds of such perfect alignment happening by random chance are almost impossible. No, the numbers insist there is a silent companion out there, a cold shepherd for these frozen strays. If we ever find it, this world will be a super-Earth, or perhaps a mini Neptune. Feel its weight, a dense rocky heart wrapped in a thick swirling blanket of gas. It would be a place of eternal twilight, so far from our star's warmth that the sun is just a bright, stubborn needle of light. There in the stillness, it floats, a dream of a planet, waiting for us to finally see its face. Visualize the search for this hidden world as a quiet, patient, and deeply calming scan of the vast, velvety expanse of the night sky, your mind tracing the deep, infinite dark for a faint, warm whisper of light against the soft, silent shadows. It seeks a tiny dim point moving with a soft, slow, and tender grace through the utter frozen stillness of distant sleeping stars, a gentle, glimmering dance in the velvet cold of the universe. This is a timeless, tender, and patient game of hide and seek, unfolding across trillions of miles of silent, empty, and peaceful space, where the deep, breathing silence cradles you like a soft, warm lullaby in the endless, tranquil night. Consider the soft, wondering thought that Planet 9 was once born in the warm, sweet glow near the sun, gently nudged outward by the deep, slow gravity of Jupiter and Saturn so very long ago. Now it drifts as a lonely, peaceful, and silent traveler, moving deeper and deeper into the quiet, velvet cold of the outer rim, wrapped in a soft, dreaming shadow of the night. This wandering, sleeping world holds the memory of warm, golden light in its frozen heart, a tender, silent soul adrift in the vast, endless, and starlit darkness. The region where it might sleep is the Kuiper Belt, a shimmering, icy ring of dormant comets and frozen debris, glowing softly in the distant, gentle starlight of the cosmos. These frozen remnants act as a silent, deep, and timeless archive of the early solar system, suspended in a peaceful, starry slumber that feels like a soft, breathing dream. They drift gently in the cold, vast dark, holding the soft, secret whispers of creation deep in their icy, dreaming hearts. Because the planet is so far and distant, it reflects only the faintest, softest sunlight, a ghost-like, glimmering presence that moves through the deep, velvet dark of space. Its discovery needs the most sensitive and quiet telescopes to catch a faint, shimmering, and warm glimmer in the vast, silent void of the outer night. This gentle, breathing ghost glides unseen and peaceful, a soft, sleeping shadow on the quiet edge of our cosmic sight. The quest for Planet 9 evokes a deep, warm sense of cosmic wonder, softly reminding us that our celestial neighborhood still holds secrets in its gentle, starry pockets. It invites you to imagine a wide, open, and peaceful universe where hidden worlds drift endlessly in the soft, velvet shadow of the outer rim's quiet night. This tender, patient search is a quiet lullaby of discovery, singing of the silent, sleeping mysteries that orbit our star in the deep, tranquil, and restful expanse of the endless universe. Deep in the velvet silence of the outer solar system, a hidden world drifts, 5 to 10 times Earth's mass, in a wide, lonely orbit far beyond Pluto's forgotten path. The evidence lies in the graceful dance of Kuiper Belt objects, icy bodies leaning in unison, gently nudged by the pull of an invisible, massive companion. To reach this sanctuary, a spacecraft would journey for decades, crossing a void 20 times farther than Neptune, where the Sun is a bright, peaceful star in permanent twilight. Researchers like Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin used complex mathematical models, revealing that the orbits of distant frozen worlds are too perfectly aligned to be mere coincidence. So far from the Sun's warm glow, Planet 9 likely exists as a super-Earth or mini-Neptune, wrapped in a thick, soft blanket of gas and ice in the cool darkness. A single orbit is a slow breath taken in the dark, an oval so vast that one journey around the Sun can last 10,000 years, or even 20,000, a lifetime of ages passing in the silence between stars. Finding this hidden world is like searching a midnight forest for one small candle, its flame barely alive, as telescopes sweep the peaceful sky for the faintest shimmer of frozen light against the infinite black. Perhaps Planet 9 was once a wanderer from another sun, gently gathered by our own gravity long ago, a quiet traveler who has been drifting in our celestial neighborhood since the very beginning of time. Out in that deep chill, the Kuiper Belt holds her ancient icicles like a patient halo, each frozen fragment drifting as softly as a snowflake through the echoing halls of the solar system's outer rim. The search reminds us that the universe is still full of gentle secrets, with hidden corners even in our own backyard, floating in the eternal stillness of the void, waiting only for a whisper of wonder to notice them. And now, our time among these distant thoughts is drawing to a close, the journey through shadow and starlight settling into a quiet breath, so let your mind release its hold and drift away. If this has helped you find your rest, a gentle like would be a kindness, and if you subscribe, I will be here whenever you need a voice in the night to guide you back to peace. As you sleep, remember that there are still undiscovered worlds floating just out of sight in the soft darkness, waiting to be found when you are ready to dream again. Rest now, everything is exactly as it should be.